All right. Last one before the working day. Somebody tell Sam Cedar and anybody else at the Majority Report, this is how you put things into context. You know what I mean? This is how you present the story. You don't just go off of feelings. I mean, I know Philip's gonna go fucking straight into his feelings after that thing, but then they'll ask his, hey, how do you feel? I don't forget my wallet. I need that to get to work. Holy fucking shit. But yeah, let's hear about this
misinformation
Joe
on it,
Rogan
specifically citing
scandal.
Rogan. Spotify ends up pulling that music. Other artists start speaking up, removing theirs. That leads to Spotify saying it'll add content labels to podcasts discussing COVID, along with a few other steps to address misinformation. And Rogan, for his part at this time, said, hey, I agree with the labeling. Also, I'm going to try to invite people with more balanced and differing opinions on the show. But since then, the controversy has now gone past just the misinformation aspect. And this because musician Indy RE likewise said, hey, I want my music taken down from Spotify, but in an Instagram story announcing this, sharing a clip of Joe Rogan appearing to use the N-word over 20 times. So the clip also including him talking about seeing the film Planet of the Apes in a predominantly black neighborhood and other.
I'm gonna have to see this one, but again, let's
says, okay, take me to this one. And the guy goes, okay. I goes, that in a good neighborhood? He's like, oh, yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there. We get out, and we're giggling. Oh, we're going to see Planet of the Apes. We walk into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people.
With RE saying, hey, she respects the artist leaving Spotify over misinformation, but these clips were the reason for her leaving. And going into the weekend, podcast listeners started to notice that Spotify had seemingly removed 70 episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience, and speculating that those episodes contained the use of the slur, with some reports saying the number of podcasts taken down has gone up even further. And actually, on Saturday, Rogan then posted another video to Instagram addressing all of this, starting with a compilation video.
It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast. It's all smushed together, and it looks
realizing
even
shit
to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years.
And saying that for a long time, if the word came up as part of the conversation, he would say it, claiming that in many clips he was saying it in reference to someone else who had used the word, explaining.
I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing. But
yeah,
it's
you would
not
think that.
my word to use. I'm well aware of that now, but for years I used it in that manner. I never used it to be racist because I'm not racist, but whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, you f***ed up. And I clearly have f***ed up.
Regarding things he said were taken out of context, he talked about the Planet of
You
the
gotta say
I
about racist.
Nor would I ever say that
that.
black people are apes, but it sure sounded like that. And I immediately afterwards said, that's a racist thing to say. Planet of the Apes wasn't even in Africa. I was just saying there's a lot of black people there. But then I went on to talk about what a positive experience it was and how much fun it was to go to see this movie in a black neighborhood. It wasn't a racist story, but it sounded terrible.
And with that saying that he can't go back and change what he said is.
See that? Yeah. He said, but you heard like, yo, how good of an experience that shit was. What of an experience of being in an area where he probably didn't think he was even gonna be, invited, but actually probably ended up invited. Like it ended up saying, but whatever, dude. Let's fill up there.
That this can be a teachable moment for anybody that doesn't realize how offensive that word can be coming out of a white person's mouth, in context or out of context. My sincere and
Here's what $5 a month with Lemonade covers.
Don't know what lemonade is.
In context or out of context. My sincere and humble apologies.
Following the new controversy and Rogan's
Like somebody like me, like you said, like, as long as you're not saying it in some crazy racist way. Like, look at those fucking lazy ass niggers over there. Yeah, that's fucked up. Like, yo, those are my niggas over there. Two different ways of saying it, but yeah, I guess nowadays you gotta think about everybody. You're not just talking to one person anymore. You're talking to the world. When you're having conversations one-on-one with somebody and you happen to share it with somebody, the world might not like you saying those things, because then you get people like that to get out of context and make you look like the villain. My fault, Philip. Go.
Obviously, a lot of people had a lot of opinions. Many of Rogan supporters saying, hey, Joe, you're fine. We can see this is a witch hunt. Some saying, hey, way to own your words and grow. Others saying, hey, don't even apologize. But others on the other side saying, hey, the whole context thing, that's bullshit. Accusing Rogan of addressing a few of the instances and not the 70-plus videos that have been removed. With many sharing a specific clip where Rogan is egging on his guest to say the N-word. The main thing, you have people firing from all sides, this seeming like the current culture war. What I will say, because we're in the...
Yo, didn't Ethan Klein do all that shit too? Remember when Ethan Klein was dropping fucking N-bombs all over the place? God knows, if he was saying it that comfortably, out in the open, God knows how he's saying it fucking behind closed doors. You know what I mean? Holy shit, but my fault. Go on.
Responses and reactions aspect of the story. One of the most interesting things to me is really the only person that seems to be 100% bulletproof in this story is Joe Rogan. Like everyone else of a certain size seemingly has something to lose, and people have been getting hit left and right. For example, I think Spotify...
How was he bulletproof? How he's just talking. Holy shit, Doug. Y'all haven't fucking tried to get... Again, Ethan Klein. Isn't that your friend? Remember when Hassan Piker said 9/11, fucking America deserved 9/11? Remember when these people were saying these things and you guys still like these people. You still advocate for them. You don't tell them like, oh, you guys gotta get them when they're still out there spitting stupid information. Real stupid information. My fault, Phil.
It's kind of fucked no matter what they do. We already have a ton of people saying, hey, Spotify doesn't support free speech. They're removing Joe's episodes, though I'll note something there in a second. The main thing there, let's say they actually did deplatform Joe Rogan. I mean, that reaction's only going to be amplified. And Rogan, I imagine, would still get paid out from his contract because he's of such a massive size. I imagine he has no like morality clause in his contract. Like I'm just a fraction of his size, and I even get that removed from contracts when people propose it. And then he could just move to another platform, whether it be a mainstream one or something like a Rumble, and probably still make crazy money. In fact, just this morning, Rumble CEO published an offer to Joe saying, how about you bring all your shows to Rumble, both old and new, with no censorship for $100 million over 4 years. And then on the other end, if they keep him on the platform, right, because they gave him $100 million, people are going to say, hey, that's Spotify endorsing that language. They're endorsing the misinformation. They're endorsing insert blank. And so for me, that's why it was so interesting to see Spotify CEO Daniel Ek try to navigate this situation, sending out a memo to employees addressing the controversy and yes, confirming that episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience have been taken down, but saying that this was actually Rogan and his team's decision after they had a conversation. Saying among other things, there are no words I can say to adequately convey how deeply sorry I am for the way the Joe Rogan Experience controversy continues to impact each of you. Not only are some of Joe Rogan's comments incredibly hurtful, I want to make clear that they do not represent the values of this company. And adding, while I strongly condemn what Joe has said and I agree with his decision to remove past episodes from our platform, I realize some will want more. But then making one point very clear, I do not believe that silencing Joe is the answer. We should have clear lines around content and take action when they are crossed, but canceling voices is a slippery slope. He then hits on a criticism but then really doesn't land on a response, saying another criticism that I continue to hear from many of you is that it's not just about the Joe Rogan Experience on Spotify. It comes down to our direct relationship with him. And so with that saying, if we believe in having an open platform as a core value of the company, then we must also believe in elevating all types of creators, including those from underrepresented communities and a diversity of backgrounds. And with that saying, I am committing.
Oh, man. What about all the other dangerous shit that be going on these media platforms now? It's just that this guy, just this one guy, this is a modern day witch hunt. It almost sounds like Philip D. here right wants some out of it too, but come on, hurry up.
Incremental investment of $100 million for the licensing, development, and marketing of music, artists, and songwriters, and audio content from historically marginalized groups. So while not saying it's seemingly trying to match $100 million that Joe Rogan reportedly is getting. But also, that is not where this story ends because, like I said, I think the only person that is 100% bulletproof in this story is Joe Rogan. For example, you had Dwayne Johnson, right, The Rock, plastered all over social media, right, drawing backlash previously because he was supporting Joe Rogan. A lot of people saying, wow, Rock, really? But then after the video circulated with Joe Rogan saying the N-word, he kind of walked that back, saying,
Oh my fucking god. That's like saying like, yo, you think fucking is the Rock fucking half black? I know he's Hawaiian, but you think that he's ever dropped the N-word? You know how many other people outside of the black race use the N slur? Holy shit, dog. That'd be like any Spanish person that ever fucking dropped the N-bomb. Any fucking Asian person that dropped the fucking N-bomb. Holy shit, dog. But again, let me...
on Twitter, I was not aware of his N-word use prior to my comments, but now I've become educated to a complete narrative, learning moment for me. But I'm also issuing some individual apologies. But then from that, people dug up old videos from his time in the WWE saying anti-trans things, anti-Asian things. People also taking swings at Howard Stern, who has spoken out about Joe Rogan, sharing a bunch. There was really no shortage of offensive Howard Stern content, including when he did blackface. So Stern has also hit back on this, saying I've evolved since then, I've grown as a person. But then on the other side, you have people taking hits like Whitney.
He did too. This shit happened 11 years ago. 11 years ago. I'm telling you, the pendulum, as the pendulum swings, people are starting to see how bullshit the left is. The far left. The far left. The ones that are fucking so far away from the fence that they don't know what's going on in reality anymore. You know what I mean? They have no clue of what's being said amongst the real people. But, all right, yeah, not my fault. I know the real people do cultivate a lot of unnecessary hate, but again, fucking Howard Stern should probably, because you know he's dropped the N-word a lot. A lot. Holy shit. Fucking The Rock. My fault.
Cummings and Andrew Yang. Whitney tweeting, comedians did not sign up to be your hero. It's our job to be irreverent and dangerous, to question authority and take you through a spooky mental haunted house so you can arrive at your own conclusions. And so with that, you had tons of people pushing back, saying things like, the quote, it's a comedian's job to say whatever we want crew sometimes seems to forget that it's the audience's job to tell the comedian when what they have said sucks. And as far as Andrew Yang, he tweeted and then deleted, I don't think Joe Rogan is a racist. The man interacts with and works with black people literally all of the time. And do I know black friends of Joe's who would swear by him? Yes, I do. With people hitting Yang there saying this is just a slightly different version of the I can't be racist, I have a black friend argument. But Yang, after deleting those tweets, posting a thread.
Yeah, but that's coming from a fucking white, Asian dude. I can understand if Joe didn't even say that. Joe didn't even say that unless they cut that out of his apology. But I think that they would have used it to make him look bad. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Holy hell. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all those people could fucking apologize because they've grown. He's looked all back and he's reflecting on it now in real time. In real fucking time. Holy fucking shit, Doug, yo. And then the can't what? Joe had, and I was even saying that. Like, yo, this dude's got like dozens of black people on this shit. He's probably having that conversation with another black person. But the way that these dudes are fucking you know what I mean? Holy fucking shit. My fault, Philip.
But it starts with the main point. I like to believe the best of people, especially if I've met and spent time with that person. Sometimes it makes me miss something. I think we should have the capacity to forgive people, whether a podcaster or a mayor, if they mess up. Maybe it's because I mess up too. And, oh my God, we finally made it through the story. So one, I'd love to know your thoughts on any and all aspects of this story. I know that we talked about a lot that has happened. But also, two, I will say, it's gonna be...
That was it. Here are my thoughts on the story. Everybody is overreacting. You guys just want this, and I'm gonna say you too, Philip, because I believe that you would want, and you want what the left wants. You're on the left side of the fence, bro. You say that you're a fence sitter, but I doubt it. I fucking highly doubt it. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit right here, shit like, yeah, dude, I misinformation of what, Doug, yo? Because you all are individuals. Take it for what it is. People keep trying to disvalue the people we bring on, saying that they're just racist and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, these guys never wrote a book, or but they, oh my fucking god, I'm losing track of what I'm supposed to be talking about. Yeah, Philip. I don't even know what to say. I'm just glad that you left this whole fucking thing in there to even have the end of them being like, yo, I'm reflecting on da 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 da. What, you know what I mean? That end part, to know that he must be reflecting on this shit. But you know, nobody in your thing will give him the benefit of the doubt.